Item number 6. We now come to the discussion on the 2019-2020 draft report on Kosovo, which will set out Parliament's overall position on EU-Kosovo relations. Let me also now say a warm welcome and good morning, Mira Menjes, to all our viewers and listeners in Kosovo. In its last annual report, adopted by the plenary in November 2018, Parliament, among others, called on the Council to swiftly move forward towards the adoption of a visa-free regime and for Kosovo to continue efforts to fight corruption and organised crime. Since then, we have had early legislative elections on the 6th of October 2019 and the decision of the Kosovo government to lift the tariffs on imports from Serbia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, which allowed for a resumption of the EU-facilitated dialogue. Let's not forget the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, which obviously has impacted significantly not only the health but also the socio-economic situation of the country. We here in AFET have had several exchanges of views related to Kosovo this year. On the 4th of June, we had the EU Special Representative Miroslav Lajčák as a guest speaker, and on 10th of September, we had the honor to welcome the new Prime Minister, Abdullah Hoti, and most recently, on the 9th of November, we had a meeting with the newly appointed EU Special Representative for Kosovo, Mr. Tomas Sunyok. On that note, I would now like to give the floor to our Standing Rapporteur for Kosovo, Viola von Kramon-Taubadel. Please present your draft report.
Thank you very much, Chair and dear colleagues. Yes, this is right. Oh, I still hear echo. Is there any microphone on?
No, from our side there.
Okay, now it's fine. Now it's better. Thanks. Yes, the Chair has mentioned it. We are here to discuss the European Parliament's report on Kosovo, and the last one indeed has been adopted in 2018, and since then a lot has changed in these times. But I would like to highlight first that for us in the Parliament, Kosovo is still on our agenda, and Mr. McAllister has emphasized this as well. We are paying attention to this country, and we are fully committed to help Kosovo in its European path. Therefore, first, I would like to thank everyone, the various stakeholders, politicians, members of civil society, as well as representatives of the international community for their extensive help. Despite all difficulties, I had an excellent cooperation with many of them, and I hope soon travel will be possible and then we meet again in person. The situation in Kosovo was not easy and is not easy, even before the pandemic. If we think about the domestic problems, there are and there were political, social and economic issues. In the report, we would like to highlight some of them. I often see that people from Kosovo are losing hope. They lost their faith in their leaders and the country, and also often in the European Union. However, things are not as dark as it might seem. Kosovo needs to go forward and the country needs a stable development. It is not an easy way, but there is a commitment from many actors and there are positive signs. In this report, we would like to emphasize, of course, not only the problems, but also some ways forward. Just today, for example, another round of meeting is taking place in Brussels in the Belgrade-Pristina dialogue. Things are often going very slow in these complex negotiations, but they are happening, and this can give us hope. I would like to thank all the efforts made by Mr. Lajčák and his team, all the hard-working men and women in the team of Serbia, and all the men in the negotiation team of Kosovo as well. While we still do not find a single female member on the Pristina side, unfortunately. There's another point I would like to make, and this is also already raised by the Chair, which is in my report this year and has been in a number of reports and resolutions from the European Parliament before. But I'm afraid we need to emphasize this again and again. Citizens of Kosovo should have equal access to the Schengen zone without a visa. This has been sitting on the desk of the Council for over 2 years now. And people in Kosovo are frustrated, and rightly so. I would like to ask the Council to give us a clear and definitely timeline and get a green light for this decision as soon as possible. It is about keeping our promise in the region. On the international stage, there are other developments which give us hope. With the incoming US administration, the European Union will be able to coordinate its effort in the region. And this is a prerequisite for the long-lasting stability in the region. The role of the United States and the European Union are complementing each other, and we will need mutual trust to work together. People in Kosovo are eager to hope for a better and a more stable country. They want to be hopeful and believe in a better future. This spring, for example, UNDP conducted another round of a series of calls called Public Pulse, where they surveyed citizen satisfaction with institutions and politicians. April 2020 has shown a surprising result in Kosovo. Satisfaction with the work of the executive was recorded at more than 60%. That is an increase of 46% from the polls in November 19, when it stood at 14%. For me, these numbers show this hope. Hope for commitment, hope for ways forward, and people want to trust their leaders. People are looking for real leadership. I'm too very hopeful. I believe that Kosovo will be able to develop further and improve in many fields. Let this report help in showing ways forward. Thank you very much.